In this video, we are going to modify our content management system so that we will be allowed to modify pages on our web page using our CMS, which is actually modifying the record inside of a database. There are two steps for what we need to do. We need to create a page to modify an individual record, and then we need to create a page that allows us to choose which record to modify. So let's do this. First step is to make a new dynamic PHP page, and we will maybe add a simple graphic to this, and we will say something along the lines of modify the record. Oh, don't want to do that. I'm going to copy this and make it the title. I'm going to save this as mod underscore page. I save this, and before I do much more with this, I'm going to open my application window. I'm going to add a server behavior you've seen before, and that is the restrict access to page, and we only want to allow admins to edit this page. And that's something you've seen before, so I'm not going to speak much about that. I'm simply going to say I'm going to restrict access to the admin. Now, I'm going to create a record set that will identify which page to be edited. So I'm going to go to my bindings. I'm going to create a new record set. I'm going to call this RS animal. The connection we will use will be the animal connection. We will use the animals record, and we're going to apply filter. We're going to look at the page ID, which will come to us using a URL parameter. I'm going to say OK. Now, record set has been created. We're going to use that by going to Insert, Application Objects, Update Record, Record Update Form Wizard. I click this, and this dialog box comes up. I'm going to use our animal connection. The table to update is animals. The record set will be the animal. The page ID unique key column is our page ID. After updating, we will go to our index page, select OK. Now let's look at this, these form fields. The page ID we want to be a hidden field. The animal name we want to be a text field, and the description we'd like to be a text area. If you look at each of these, a default value is being submitted. The default value will be retrieved from the database so that when this page is created, the database will display the information. I will say OK, and now a page is created that will modify a record. I'm going to save this page and upload it. Now, the next step is to make a page that will choose this page. Choose the record to be modified. So I'll create a new PHP page, create, and maybe I'll simply drag out another graphic to use, say OK, and I will say choose the page to edit. Control C. I'm going to edit that. I'm going to save this as choose page. Save. And again, we only want administrators to be able to access this. So we have the server behavior, user authentication, restrict access to page, and select admin. If denied, go to our denied page. I say OK. I say OK. Now I've done this, I'm going to create a record set that binds to the animal database. RS animal connection using the animal. The animals, I need the page ID and the animal name. No filter, but we will sort these by animal name. I say OK, and I'm going to apply a bullet, so we'll use that to repeat. In the binding, I will drag out the animal name, and I'm going to extend this so it's a little bit easier to see. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to highlight this area using the list item. This way the whole item is selected. I'm going to go to server behavior, and I am going to repeat this region of all the records. This way all the animals will be displayed. Now what we need to do is link this to the page we created in the first step. We do this by selecting the area. We select our link option. We will choose the mod page option. Parameters. The name will be page ID. In the bullet, we will select page ID. This is the same way we linked pages earlier. I believe it was day 3. I say OK, and I say OK. I'm going to double check this link, make sure it's the way I want it, and it is. I'm going to save this page. Now there's one more step here. On my admin page, I'm going to say choose an animal to edit. I'm going to highlight, and I'm going to link this to my choose page. I'm going to save this. I'm going to upload. You know what? I'm going to make sure my choose page is uploaded. And just to be careful, I'm going to upload the modification page as well. So I've uploaded all my work today. I'm going to go to the admin page and preview it. And what will more than likely happen is I will go to the access denied page because I'm not logged in yet. So once I get into the website, we will log in. Submit. We have the option to choose an animal to edit. Here are all the animals we may edit. I will choose the anteater. This comes up, and now we have a new area that we can edit. And let's type something along the lines. This should work. I update the record. And once I update the record, let's look at the anteater. This should work. Pretty cool. We do have the exercise where you can add the WYSIWYG interface to the edit region, and that way HTML code is not necessary to be entered, but we'll put that in another video for you to use. That concludes this video. In our next video, we will show you how to delete a record.